exactly, because we are using bed nets. Against which type of infection or diseases are antibiotics effective? Bacterial. Okay, next one, 22. The graph shows the antibody concentration in child's blood over a period of time. It shows what happened to the antibody concentration after child is vaccinated. Okay, so this is the vaccination. This is infection by blood and infection by pathogen, and just after the pathogen, the antibodies increases to a lot in your body. Okay, it means that it has induced some response. So which statement is correct according to this? Now, the what is the role of vaccination? Immunity, and what does it produce in your body? Memory cells. So D is not in question. Let's move to A, B, and C. Exactly, they haven't disappeared. Okay, it's not present before A because before one, exactly, because the vaccination is given at the age of 1. Okay, so it would be 2. Okay, which label shows the location of production of urea? Where is urea produced? Yes, produced in liver but excreted by kidney. Okay. Next question is, a student was asked to compare a typical spinal reflex action with a voluntary action. He has made one mistake in the comparison. Okay, which row shows the incorrect statement? What is reflex action, or what is voluntary action? So reflex action is basically a rapid involuntary response, while voluntary action is under our control. Okay, so A is correct. This one is correct. We have to choose the incorrect one. Yeah, this one is incorrect. This is also correct because it is initiated by a response and affected muscles are affected. So this one is incorrect. There is like they always, there is no like mention of this the longest way or path or the shortest pathway. It's only the passage or the transport of nerve electrical impulse. Okay, 25th one. A person is sitting in a dark room. Okay, what would be the diameter of their pupil? Okay, they are sitting in a dark room. After 5 seconds, a light is turned on. Okay, there is a pause of 5 seconds. This one, 5 seconds after that, light is again turned off. What would be the pupil of diameter, like diameter of pupil? Enclosed, like in a dark room, your pupil would be widened. Exactly, and in the, yes, it's definitely, yeah, it's definitely only one, that is A. Okay. 26. Description of the body's response to change in temperature are listed below. Okay, when the temperature is high, what can be the responses? Sweat. Sweat is there. So it's 5. Must be 5. Okay, the vasodilation. Okay, 2, 4, and 5. Okay. Next one is, a diagram is given to show how the concentration of glycogen stored in the liver of human changes over time. Okay, glycogen after like this time it decreases, then at 3 it's again increasing, then 4 decreases, then at 6 has become constant. Okay, during which period is the concentration of glucose is above average? It means that glycogen is converted into glucose. Oh, sorry, glycogen is produced. Glycogen is produced when the blood glucose level is high. So when is it high according to this graph? Yeah, it would be 3. Okay. 4, there is a decrease. Where, which else is showing the increase? 5. Only at point 0.3 and point 0.5 the glycogen is increasing. Okay, it means the glucose is converted into glycogen. The glucose was high, that's why glycogen is produces. So wherever glucose is high, at the same rate, glycogen would be high at that point. So it would be 3 and 5. Okay. 28th one. Okay, it's related to the phototropism. Light is shown on a plant from one side. What would be the effect? Oxygen is equally distributed in both? No. Oxygen is equally distributed in one? Yes, because light is from all angles. Uh, Oxygen is distributed equally in two? No. Oxygen is not distributed equally in one and two? No. So, B. Okay, a plant has 20 chromosomes in a leaf cell and then they produce sexually and asexually both ways. Okay, how many chromosomes are present in gametes and in the asexual reproduction? Exactly. Exactly. Gamete is a sexual one, it would contain the half, while the asexual one contains the equal number of chromosomes. So it would be 10 and 20. What are features of sexual reproduction? Just now we have discussed the sexual produces the half number of chromosomes, right? So it would be 2. Yes. And genetically different. So it would be 2 and 4, while the 1 and 3 are the properties of asexual reproduction. Okay, which flower structure produces pollen? The anther produces the pollens. Okay. Uh, this is, I guess we have done this already. This is a female reproductive system given. Okay, what are the labelings? We have done this question already. Yes, yes, we did this earlier. Okay. Oviduct. Yes. Oh, let's look at 4 and 5. What is 5? Cervix. Okay. So which, okay. So which one is correct? B. There's no need to look at all. Let's just focus on what is more visible. Okay. This diagram shows the fetus in the uterus. Um, and which structure are essential for feeding the fetus, and which structure are essential for protecting it from the mechanical shock? Okay. P and R. Exactly. Because this is, what is this called? The umbilical cord and the placenta, and then Q and S. Exact amniotic sac. Exactly. So answer was, sorry, 33 B. Okay, which statements are correct? Each chromosome contain one molecule of DNA. Yes, there is one molecule of DNA that is wrapped. A gene is a section of DNA. Yes. A gene contains smaller regions called alleles. No, alleles are the pair of DNA, a gene. So it is only 1 and 2. Okay, 35. Okay, it's about polydactyly, like many fingers. Okay. Um, not many fingers, extra finger. I'm from many fingers means more than 5. Have you ever seen any person with like live? I'm not talking about on TV or in like images. No, I also haven't ever seen such person. Okay. The square shows the male without extra fingers, so it's a normal one, and the darker one are the polydactyly one. So, okay, if it's dominant, if then it must have a capital one, and this one is both small. So it can be A or E. Okay, let's look at the option. Okay, if you look at the option, the male one is also a normal one. So it can be heterozygous. It can be it's C. Okay, it cannot be homozygous. Otherwise, if this is traveled in like both, exactly. So it would be heterozygous. Okay, the flask is there with 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, it contains sugar and yeast is added in the first one only. Okay, the amount of inflammation, okay, where there is more inflation and where there is less. So yeast and carbon dioxide, sorry, yeast and sugar produce carbon dioxide due to anaerobic respiration. One would have the most. Okay, so let, okay, but it contains yeast. No, yeast does the function, right? Sugar is not going to do anything. Yeast would. So it would be 1, 3, and 2. Okay, 37. Okay, so okay, there is a different, like, different type of pyramids are given. One is for the pyramid of biomass, and which one is for the pyramid of number. Okay, the number would definitely decrease. There would be more grass, and then less secondary consumer and the less tertiary consumer. And what about biomass? Okay, let's move to the question. The emerging insects are eaten by birds, and the birds have parasitic fleas living amongst their feathers. So there are more. Okay, less. Okay, there is a tree. Then we have insect. Let's just write it. Then we have birds, and on birds there are fleas. Okay, there are more fleas than birds. There are more fleas than birds, definitely, and there are more insects than trees. Okay, this is the pyramid of number, I guess. Now number is C. Okay, let's talk about biomass. The biomass of tree is lesser, or the biomass would be more. The biomass is more, exactly, and the biomass of fleas would be less, exactly. So it would be C. Yeah, two. Okay, the fossil fuel used as an energy source today developed from animal and plant remained buried a million of years ago. What is the initial source of energy? Yeah, sunlight. Okay. Which term describes the number of different species that live in an area? That's biodiversity. How come they have given same questions in paper 1 and paper 2? Exactly. Most of the paper is like similar. Okay, if high number of, yes, it is, right? Okay. If high level of nitrates are washed into river, the following changes may occur, causing fish to die. What is the correct order? Eutrophication. Okay, first is 4. So if water plants die due to less availability, yeah, it would be D. Okay, so this is all for today.